Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at Bytes Factory. So we're going to design a patch from scratch from an initial preset, and it's going to be kind of an ambient drone, so you won't need to play the keyboard, it will basically play itself. So the first thing, this is a patch I made earlier, but it's not the type of patch we're going to make now. If you've got a synth like Factory with all these cool modulation options and stuff like this, it's nice to make these kind of cool evolving sounds. So we're just going to click on the preset browser here, and we're going to locate a init. It's usually around the middle somewhere. We're going to locate a init, and you'll get several projects, and we're going to choose the Bytes init here, and that sound will be that. So we can go back to our main page now. And the first thing we're going to do is choose the oscillator types for Oscillator 1 and Oscillator 2. So I'm going to turn the mix down for 2. So all the mixed. So these are the mixed faders. You can't modulate those, but you can modulate these and their volumes as well. Anyway, so we're going to go to Wavetable Drone, because it gives us this lovely jitter control for bass. So we've got the wave, so basic. This is vocal basics. The wave is, and the jitter does this to it. Which is very cool. So we're going to choose another, let's go with it, maybe, what's this? I don't know. We've got all sorts of cool stuff. That sounds nice. And we're going to turn the volume down for the, we can just, switch it off. We'll turn number 2 up as well. And we'll choose, again, Wavetable Drone. And maybe this time we'll choose an instrument and maybe a vibraphone or a bell. Let's try bell. So let's switch one back on. So we're going to take down number 2 an octave here. We'll have a mess around with the envelope. So you'll find your envelope in the modulators section, which is we're going to be spending most of our time. So we're going to bring the release up. But this doesn't really matter, to be honest, as you're going to see now. But just for setting the initial sound, it sounds nicer. So we're going to go over here now, and you see where it says envelope 1. This means that the volume of the synth is attached to envelope 1. So this is going to completely make no difference at all now, just to find a sound. We're going to disconnect envelope 1, and what will happen is, actually what I better do is just turn the volumes down. Because what this is going to do is, as soon as we disconnect this envelope, it's going to start making noise. So and that will be quite loud. So we're going to start to set up some modulations now for this sound. But first, let's go to our effects. And I'm going to change this reverb here to a white verb. And I'm going to bring the mix up. Let's have a listen. Switch it on. I'm just going to have a quick mess around with some of these controls. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to save oscillator 1's A parameter, which is the wave. I'm going to set that to, let's go back to our modulators, to LFO1 here. So let's see what happens if we do that. So we're going to LFO1, where is it there? And oscillator 1A. So I'm going to slow it down. Turn it up a little bit. And I'm going to change the waveform of the LFO to this. Or maybe this. I'm going to go into free running mode. So switch this off. And I'm also going to assign it to the jitter as well. So oscillator 1B, which is the jitter, you'll see it start to modulate now. I'm just playing the MIDI keyboard, I'm just dropping down. Okay. So I'm going to start to use the sample and hold settings now. The sample and hold, I'm going to change. So the input is LFO1 at the moment, although it's not doing anything because it's not, we haven't got it as a source yet. But it's LFO1. I'm going to change this to LFO2. So the input is LFO2 and it's receiving its info from, the input is LFO1 and it's receiving info from LFO2. And what it does is it kind of takes snapshots of what LFO2 is doing each time LFO1 triggers. It's a bit difficult to understand, but there you go. But that really doesn't make any difference at the moment. What we need to do is set it as a source. So we're going to choose sequencer 2, which we're not going to use. And we're going to choose sample and hold there, as that's now one of our destinations. And all we need to do is, let's see, apply this to oscillator 1A and 1B. Change this as well. Speed it up a bit, I think. And another cool thing we can do, and I learned a lot from the Sugar Bytes tutorials for this. If we go into articulation, I'm going to set my scale here to minor 2 will do. Leave the root note on C, doesn't really matter. And go back to our modulators. And then I'm going to choose another destination here. Instead of using envelope 2 I don't need. So I'm going to open up this and choose pitch quantize 1. There. I'm also going to set this now while I'm here to pitch quantize 2. And then I'm going to apply an amount of the LFO to pitch quantize 1, and it will keep everything in a minor scale. You probably heard that then. Now it's a bit jittery, so what we're going to do is use the sample and hold lag control to smooth that out. Let's reduce the filter. And in fact, I'm going to change the filter to a 4, well, actually, I'll do it an 8 pole. And now we can start applying the same sample and hold to oscillator 2, A and B. Reverb. I'm going to change the comp max to a where is it? We reverse delay. Switch it on. Starting to sound very cool. So let's bring up some sub oscillator, which is at the moment on a sine wave. I use the pitch quantize on the second oscillator, so all I need to do is drag my sample and hold up. We could go minus. Oh, ah. Oh, that sounds mega. Okay, so that's cool. What we're going to do now is we're going to use the morph slider here to make some changes as well. So anytime, what we can do is anytime we choose, we can morph between 2 points A and B. It's very cool. All we need to do is move this over to B, hit the little record button, and any changes we now make will be reflected. I'm going to switch this up and turn the volume back up. now any changes we've made, switch that off. We can morph back. To our original patch. And then okay, what else can we do? Right, if we move this little dice, it will start to randomize everything in here if we're on tweak mode. And of course you could apply that to your Morph B setting if you wanted to, but I want to do this. You'll see where it says LFO here. That's the well, that's the source for this control. So if we just tweak this control, you'll see these will morph. At the moment, it's listening to LFO2. So if we increase this knob here, which is the amount, this will start to vary in relation to LFO2, which is doing this wild pattern here. So maybe a little bit of that more. Very cool. And of course, when you've finished, you can save your patch. Tap on here. All this. We can open up these actually. Let me cancel that. Right. TSTR. Okay. Complex. Synthetic, that'd be fine. Choose a patch name. Call it distant dreams. And now it's saved. Guys, I hope you find that interesting and fun. It's great fun to mess around with all this stuff. It really is. So there you go, factory. And we made a patch called Distant Dreams from scratch, which is quite wild sounding. We used LFO's modulator, sample and hold. Of course, you can make completely normal sounds with factory as well, but it's nice to experiment, I think. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you later. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Consider becoming a Patreon. go into our articulation and change the scale. Sounds quite nice. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Ta-da!